This is Deep Dive into Joy, and I'm your host, Gina Rickner. Hey, Joy listeners, it's your host, Gina Rickner. Welcome back to Deep Dive into Joy, the podcast where we talk about real life stories, raw emotions, health and wellness, and how God shows up in the middle of it all. Today's episode is all about how turning from shy and silent to turning into surrendering to God fully and what He wants for your life, no matter how loud the enemy gets. I'm sitting down with Vanessa Huey. She runs her own photography business, and we attend the same church, just happens to be different campuses. Vanessa has quite the testimony to share with us today, from how she went from a totally silent woman who was shy and scared to a full, God-fearing, God-loving woman who surrendered her life fully to God and the places He's brought her. This episode is brought to you by Pure Soul Sunscreen. Okay, I want you guys to meet your new SPF obsession. Pure Soul is made to protect your skin naturally without the mess or chemicals. It's 100% mineral-based, and it's made with a non-nano zinc oxide. And Pure Soul, they provide broad-spectrum SPF 30 to 50 protection, and that's reef-safe, skin-safe, and mom-approved. And I should know because I'm a mom. Easy application, anytime, anywhere. Brush-on powder means no greasy residue, no white cast, and no need to reapply with your hands. You literally just tap, brush, and go. It's perfect for all skin types. General enough for sensitive skin, tough enough to block UVA, UVB rays. You can wear it alone or over your makeup for a flawless matte finish. You can choose multiple shades and even ones that have a little hint of shimmer. They have the cutest bottles too. You can also find SPF lip gloss and chapstick along with their daily moisturizers. And you guys, new to the game is Bug Brush. It's going to be a game changer. You literally do the same thing. You just tap, brush, and go. It's that easy. We don't have to worry about spraying nasty chemicals on our body anymore to keep those bugs away. You just simply brush on, and I'm so excited for this one. Clean, conscious, convenient, free from harmful chemicals because you deserve skincare that cares. Protect your glow the Pure Soul way. I want you guys to grab yours today and brush on the confidence all day long. You can use my link to get 20% off your order. That's www.soulbrush.com/deepdive, all capital. Or if that doesn't automatically apply the discount, you can just type in deep dive, all capital, into the code bar at checkout. And I also post in the show notes. You can also find under my highlights on Instagram and Facebook. Mineral Magic, sun-safe beauty, no mess. That's Pure Soul because your skin deserves the best. Vanessa, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm honored to have you on. And I just like to start every podcast with a fun little question. So what is your favorite drink?
So I would say hands down, like a good festival lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
The kind you can like chew the sugar.
Yeah. Like the fair
Yes,
lemonade. Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive in. Vanessa, I know you have your own personal journey and testimony you want to share. And I kind of made this episode all about you. So if you just want to start with your testimony, I'm eager to hear it.
Sure, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me. So hi, everybody. My name is Vanessa Huey. I'm a wife, a mom, a photographer. I'm a worship leader, and just somebody who is deeply grateful for the way Jesus has transformed my life. If you had told me a few years ago that I would be sharing my testimony on a podcast or leading women in ministry, I probably would have laughed and said, there's absolutely no way. In fact, the first time I was ever asked to share my testimony back in 2021, my initial reaction was, mine? Like, are we sure, guys? Because I honestly didn't think it was moving or relatable enough. But when that testimony aired, what I discovered changed the way I viewed not only my story, but ministry in general. People connected with it. Women had reached out and said, I feel the same exact way. And I realized in that moment that our testimonies don't have to be dramatic or flashy. They just have to be real. So I grew up Catholic. I learned a lot about religion, about the sacraments and reverence for God. But what I didn't understand yet was what it meant to have a personal relationship with Jesus. I didn't really learn that until I began attending the church I attend now, Tri-County. So my husband and I would sometimes talk about finding a new church, one that felt like a good fit for our family. We both struggle with anxiety, and we just never wanted to be the new people at a church and kind of singled out, and we just kind of wanted to go and just take it in for ourselves and, have our own opinion.
I feel that. I have anxiety.
Yeah, so we tried a few different churches, and the first few we went to, they would literally make us stand up and talk about ourselves and wave to everybody, right? I was
That's
nope,
instant anxiety.
we didn't go back because of just how we felt in that moment. My chiropractor at the time had been telling us that his church, Tri-County, was going to be starting at Punxsutawney campus. And I thought to myself, that is perfect. We can start with everybody. We can be new with everybody. And it just kind of would alleviate the anxiety right from there. So that's what we did. We went to the launch in 2019. And let me tell you, we absolutely loved it. Going from a Catholic, just very proper type church service to Tri-County, and it's just very casual and loving, and the messages would resonate with me like I had never heard before, because basically at the Catholic Mass you would just hear the priest read from the Bible and then share a little bit, but it wasn't always easy to relate to the way messages are for me now. So we started at Tri-County, and I will say for that first year that we attended, as much as we loved the atmosphere, and we're still very much anxious to be there sometimes, we sat in the back row, and we basically stayed silent. We enjoyed going, but we would just say hello in the morning, and we really didn't create any relationships with anybody. We just would go, sit in service, and leave.
Yeah.
And so for the first year, we were fine with that. I remember my husband actually being the one who was like, come on, are we going to go to church today? And kind of the one pushing me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of husbands do that.
I know.
I had to push my husband.
Yeah, so even if we would miss, because it was 2019, so then COVID hit, and we were home a lot for church, but he was always like, let's watch online. So I was happy that it was not only a place that was resonating with me, but it was something that he was enjoying too, and that my son was enjoying. So now I remember after about a year of sitting there silently, kind of just starting to look around the room and seeing people serving and having relationships, and just thinking to myself, okay, it's time to get out of my comfort zone. I want to feel as free as everyone around me is seeming, raising their hands. I would just stand there and I wouldn't open my mouth. I was that person in the back with my arms crossed, not angry and not enjoying it, but just kind of there. But I wanted more. I wanted that freedom. I wanted to feel like that surrender in what I was seeing in other people. So, I remember asking God one service to please just take away my anxiety, that I don't want to overthink things at church anymore. I want to get to know people. I want to serve. And he, in that moment, literally answered my prayers. It wasn't like the very next service. It was 0 to 100, but I slowly started to open my mouth and sing. I slowly started to raise my hands. And when they tell you that surrendering to God changes your walk and your relationship with him, it's so true, because I went from that person in the back row, not really reading my Bible, not doing too much else, quote Christian, to then filtering everything I did in my life for Jesus. It was all I wanted to listen to. The movies, I was buying Christian shirts, I was attending Christian concerts. I just was on fire for Jesus, and kind of just willing to let him lead the way for me at that point.
I tell you what, I don't mean to interrupt,
You're
but
fine.
we just went to a summer's worship nights, and it was Phil Wickham,
Oh,
and
I went to that too.
Brandon, like, were you there?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the Christian concert was probably one of the best concerts that I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of concerts.
There's nothing like it.
No, it
There's
was
nothing
amazing.
like it. Yeah. I don't even know, honestly, if I could attend a non-Christian concert anymore because
It was amazing, and it was my husband and my two kids, and just, I'm going to get teary-eyed, just watching them worship the way that they did was amazing.
yeah, it's like a small glimpse of heaven, hearing everybody sing out.
Yeah, it was
and worship
beautiful.
Jesus. And as much as we love, Brandon Lake and Phil Wickham, it was more them being able to usher us into the presence of God, and you could just feel the spirit and just the love in that room.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I always think of when there's that many people and singing together like that, all in harmony.
It's the most beautiful sound.
You just can't even imagine what heaven's going to be like.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I have chills. You're so sweet. So not long after, I guess, that moment of surrender for me, my son and I were baptized together on Palm Sunday. And since then, I've just had the joy of not just attending church, but serving and leading. And it wasn't long after that year, I think it would be after COVID, that I was asked to audition with and join the worship team. So I've been leading worship for the past 4, almost 5 years. I just feel like God has really changed my life.
Did you ever do any singing before that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Like
just...
maybe some fun karaoke,
Yeah.
Singing in the car, singing at home with my sister. But no.
Okay. That's so cool.
Yeah. In that first year, like I was so nervous. Punxsutawney doesn't have like a band. We did a little bit back then, I guess. We had a drummer, and the worship leader at the time played guitar, but it was a lot of vocals.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of vocals now. We don't have any instruments. So, it's just a lot of harmony, and yeah, it's great.
I would love to do that, but my singing voice isn't total garbage, but I don't think
I'm sure it's not.
I'm capable of getting up there, but I would love that because music is so healing for me.
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that I would have actually done it and would still be doing it, but it's such a blessing in my life.
Yeah.
Every week I look forward to leading worship.
That's awesome.
So it's so much fun. So at that point, I'm leading worship. I'm helping with different church events. I'm in my Bible, reading and just studying, doing devotionals. God, however, did not stop there. Alongside all of this, he began to stir something big in my heart, which was women's ministry. So my first attempt was a little event we called Ladies Loaded Tea Party. And how that came about was the men of TCC would always have like a breakfast. And I would see them talking about it and like getting ready for that. And I'm like, well, we have residents, but we really don't have these like smaller campus women's events. So I was like, well, we're going to change that. And at the time, those loaded teas had just come out and were real popular. So I'm like, let's have a loaded tea party. And so I think we had maybe that event 3 times. And each time we went from maybe 20 women to 30 women to 40 women. And you could just tell there was a hunger that women wanted to connect as Christian sisters. They wanted a place where they felt safe and they could trust and talk and just learn about the Bible. So that's kind of where that started out. My campus pastor now and his wife encouraged me to start a life group. And if I'm being honest about that, I put that off for probably 6 to 9 months, just feeling super unqualified. I thought, I can't lead a group. I don't have the right words. I'll sound stupid. I really just overcomplicated that.
All those things I said to myself for this podcast.
Yes. So I can't wait to see like where God takes you, even just like where you are now. She's in this sweet little cozy spot in her basement, and he's just going to do great things.
I hope so. I keep praying over it. So
I can feel it. But in January 24, I finally worked up the courage to host my first meeting. 10 women showed up to that. the whole time my voice was just shaking, feeling like, what are you doing? Like, you don't know enough about the Bible to be teaching them Romans. The enemy, though, was just in my ear saying, this isn't working. No one's getting anything out of it. That attempt to pray out loud was awful.
He speaks so loud.
It's scary to do.
Yeah. I want to do one, but I don't think I have enough courage yet.
Well, hopefully after we talk this morning,
okay,
this will encourage you. So yeah, a year later, God has multiplied that beyond anything I had imagined. We have over 200 women in our Facebook group. Yeah. And we talk on there daily. We share, we ask for prayer. We do daily devotionals together on the Bible app. We're very, very connected. And so for that first year, started out with 10 women. Then it was like 25 women showing up, and then around 40. And so it just kept growing.
And then you're thinking, what did I get myself into?
Yes. Overwhelmed a little bit, to say the least. We read a book together called The Well-Watered Woman by Gretchen Saffels, and highly recommend that.
Okay.
It was really good one for all of us to read. And we're starting a new one next week, and it's called I Don't Even Like Other Women.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically the group is women's ministry, but we focus on sisterhood in Christ.
Right.
And it really has just become like our friend group. It's not just like this formal church Bible study. We talk all week long together. And actually this past weekend, we had an event. It was like our first big Punxsutawney women's event. We called it Gather and Grow.
Yes, I wanted to go and I couldn't.
Next time. We had limited space just for the room that the Punxsutawney Christian School had let us use. So we capped it at 50, and we had 50 women show up. Yeah, we actually had a waiting list. So it was just really cool to see that many women show up and excited. And let me tell you, the day was perfect. We worshiped, we did some icebreaker games, we had some giveaways. Kelly Baca, who is leading this with me, she gave a message, and we had discussion tables, and it was what everybody needed.
Yeah, it looked beautiful.
Yeah, it refreshed all of us. So super fun, super exciting. Now our women's group, it's not perfect. We're all a little awkward. We have some ladies that are still very anxious to come because it's intimidating being in a big group of women, especially when you're shy. But we're all passionate and joyful and growing and just doing life together. And more than anything, we're just seeing God move in mighty ways. So for me, my story really is just that I used to sit in the back, afraid to lift my hands in worship, and now I get to lead and serve and sing and watch other women step into their callings. I used to believe my story wasn't worth sharing. Now I know that God can use any story, even mine, to reach people right where they are.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm shy, and like this podcast was completely out of my comfort zone, but
that's like where you grow the most.
Yes. And I feel that like there's a lot of healing that comes from it, getting to sit down and know, other people, getting to know them more and, hear their stories and where they came from. And it's becoming beautiful. And I really hope, I keep praying over it, and I hope that God multiplies this and keeps leading it and keeps bringing me the people to come on, because I know a lot of people tell me no. A lot of people are intimidated by it, or they're just like you. They're like, my story, I don't have a story, or my story's not good enough, or it's not going to help anybody.
It's always going to reach somebody.
Yes. And that's what I said about this. If it only reaches one person, then it was worth my time getting God's word across. But so we talked a little about this beforehand, but tell them you have your own photography business. Yeah. So tell them a little bit what got you into that.
Sure.
And how your family started and all the things.
Yeah, so I've been with my husband since we were 17 years old. We have literally grown up together. I did attend college. I didn't finish college. I mostly just wanted to get married and be a mom.
Yeah.
That was just where my heart was. I really couldn't think about anything else. So my husband's a coal miner for Rosebud Mining. And so, that's what we did. We just started our family young. I was able to stay home with Ryder that first year. of his life. And then I kind of started to think about doing something just to, earn some extra money for our family. And I was always the photo taker in the friend group, in my family. I was just always the person with a camera. So I thought, well, let's give it a try. And I did. I remember doing a couple of free sessions. It would actually be 13 years ago, like right now, that I started. And my first paying client was my mom's friend. It was her son. It was $40. And I just couldn't believe someone was actually paying me to take photos. So I just kind of ran full steam at that point, and it's just flourished into what it is now. And it's definitely my passion, and I love it.
Yeah, you have beautiful photos.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything else you wanted to share before?
I think I just want to share for anybody listening today, if you feel discouraged, anxious, or unqualified, I want to tell you that you don't have to stay there. Don't put so much pressure on yourself that none of us have it all together. I can promise you that. I would rather be awkward and overwhelmed and messy with my sisters in Christ and do life. Then I would rather be with these women that I'm walking with life with than do life on my own.
Right. You need community.
And that when we surrender, when we step out, even when we're scared, that God's going to show up.
Yeah. That's beautiful. So your testimony sure has touched my life, and I love hearing how God's people are persevering through these times. Through trials and tribulations, it helps me heal sitting here listening to powerful stories. Knowing how each testimony could touch someone else's life listening is what gives me fuel even through the enemy's lies, because I hear him loud and clear most days that I am not qualified, just like you said. I'm not good enough. I sound stupid on this podcast, all the things, I hear it every day from him. And so I just try to stay in God's word and shut those lies down. But we were made for a time such as this. And I know God saved me and got me through my cancer journey so that I could get these testimonies out into the world. I do like to ask these questions for all my guests. I don't know if I sent them to you. I may not have prepared you for this, but
I think you did.
What legacy would you like to leave behind?
No,
I don't think I did. I forgot to add these in.
The legacy I want to leave behind is stepping out through fear. I would say not listening to Satan's voice.
Which is so hard.
That you can trust other women and not walking this road alone is so important. That's what I was
Sorry to put you on the spot. I have two more to put you on the spot.
Okay, here we go.
What is one thing you would tell your younger self today?
Oh, gosh. I actually would love to go back and talk to 13-year-old Vanessa. And just help guide her a little bit, I guess, through the teenage years. I would tell her to just continue to be loving. Jesus told us that was our greatest commandment, was just to love one another. So I guess looking back, there's moments in my life where I wished I would have chose love.
Yeah.
Would have chosen to be loving, even when situations weren't fair to me, just to always choose to love people, because it's not always necessarily about me or something that, I've done in different relationships with friends or, whatever it may be, but everybody's kind of going through something. So I wish I could kind of go back and give her motherly advice.
Yeah, and give her a little hug.
yeah, and just tell her, be able to tell her kind of where you're going to be someday and to focus on that.
Yeah. And what's your favorite Bible verse? Do you have one?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So I think it is, you are putting me on the spot.
I know.
But I think
I can look it up if you need me to.
I think it's Psalm 23:6.
Okay.
And it says, surely your goodness and mercy will follow after me.
Yeah. That is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, me too.
Can't think of the name of it, but
I think it's Good Plans.
Yes. Yeah. That's one that I clung on to during my journey.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting it tattooed on my arm. We'll see.
Maybe I should too.
Let's do it together.
Okay. So let's have a little fun with some rapid fire. So what is the first concert you ever went to?
The first concert, and I've seen them since then, was the Backstreet Boys.
So my teenage self is dying to see them. I still haven't. Now, my first concert was 98 Degrees.
Okay.
Do you remember them?
Yeah, they're kind of similar.
Yeah. If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
As much as I regret it after I eat it,
I know.
I love Chinese food.
Yes,
Good Chinese
I have not
food.
had that in a while.
Yeah.
But what's your go-to?
Probably General Tso's chicken.
Yeah, me too. Favorite TV show to binge watch?
So I love The Chosen. I would say
me too.
that is one of my favorite
It's been
shows.
so good.
But for the longest time, Grey's Anatomy has been my binge.
I started watching that probably high school, maybe college. And watched it clear. I don't even know what season they're on, but I stopped it almost. What season are they on? I don't even know.
21.
Okay, so I probably stopped at maybe like 15.
Yeah.
But I watched it for the longest time.
More, but
Yeah.
still love it.
What animal best represents your personality?
So you sent me these questions to kind of chew on. I really don't. I love all animals, so it's really hard for me to choose. But I would say, like, friendly, energetic wise, probably a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Messy bun or full glam?
I feel better when my hair is done, but more often than not, it's in a messy bun. It's in a messy bun right now.
Me too. If your life were a movie, what would the title be?
This one took me a while. I think I landed on Sisterhood.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever watch Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants? Oh, I love those.
Maybe I should watch it now.
You should. If you had a time machine, where's the first place you would go?
So it's so funny because you asked me this question a little bit ago about my younger self. And so I had two for this. So one of them was my 13-year-old self, because I do want to like guide her through her like growing up years. But then also, and this is probably cliche, but just the day my son was born.
Oh, yeah. I want to go back to my babies.
That little baby again. Yeah.
I know, my best friend's pregnant, and I'm like, I just can't wait for those baby snuggles.
Right? Yeah, my sister-in-law is having a baby soon, so.
Yay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite childhood cartoon?
So I'm a 90s kid. I was born in the late 80s, but I grew up in the 90s, and 100% it was Rugrats.
Yeah. I watched that a lot.
Yeah, I actually will still turn it on sometimes.
Vanessa, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed being on today as much as I did. If y'all could please just go and share the show and leave a review for me. The more reviews and follows and likes I get, the more the show moves up in the list. It just makes it easier for the podcast to be found. I would also love and appreciate y'all to subscribe to my YouTube page at Gina-Rickner00. You can also find me at Gina.Rickner on Facebook and Instagram, where you will find more content. Thank you all for listening today, and as always, go out and find the joy today. Bye, friends.